Father tossed me into the oven while I slept soundly, then slammed the oven door shut. I jolted awake, screaming for help inside, then kicked the oven door open and crawled out with all my might. Father caught up quickly. He stomped hard on my back and grabbed my hair with one hand, while Mother ripped off some tape and sealed my mouth shut. Deprived of strength, I was quickly dragged back by my parents and locked inside the oven once more. This time, no matter how hard I strained, I couldn't open the oven door. I tore off the tape from my mouth and pounded furiously on the oven door, begging my parents to spare me and promising never to make mistakes again. But my parents paid me no heed. They just coldly continued wrapping tape around the oven, layer after layer, making sure the oven door was completely sealed. My parents exchanged another knowing glance, then ruthlessly flipped the switch. Flames raging over 10,000 degrees erupted instantly. Through the glass, expressionless, they watched me burn alive. Just as I was about to die, two police officers burst in. One officer pushed Mother aside, grabbed a fruit knife, and sliced through the tape. By then, I was already terrified beyond reason. She held me tightly, but my parents were still struggling desperately. The other officer grabbed Father by the throat and slammed him against the refrigerator until it dented. Father's mouth was twisted from the impact. The officer used a towel to cool me down, completely unaware that behind him, Mother was charging forward
with a sharp knife in her hand, full of vicious intent.
At this critical moment, the male officer backhanded Mother, preventing a tragedy. My parents were deemed potentially mentally ill and temporarily detained in a holding cell. Since I had nowhere to go, the officer took pity on me and adopted me. To help me cope, the officer arranged for a doctor to conduct psychological testing on me. But he noticed something unusual about me. He then asked me what I feared most, admitting that he himself was afraid of wasps. I told him I feared myself. Whenever I hated someone, I couldn't help but want to kill them. And right now, I felt murderous toward him. That very night, he suddenly felt a sharp pain in his ear. When he poked inside with a cotton swab, he pulled out a wasp, but then several more crawled out of his ear. Turning around, he discovered a dense swarm of wasps behind him, even forming an entire nest. He gently unbuttoned his shirt, trying to shake the wasps out the window. Yet the room filled with more and more wasps. In agony and struggling, he was instantly engulfed by the swarm. His feet slipped, and he slammed his head against the toilet. He never woke up again.